All right. Yes. And good afternoon, listeners. I want us to look at one interesting topic as usual. We are going to look at cryptography. We have been talking about security, some terminology used in computer security. We have been running it as a series. I want you to follow my previous video if you have not watched some video on eavesdropping, spoofing and all that. Try as much as you can to follow all those videos so that you can be abreast on how far we've gone so far. Now we are talking about cryptography. What is cryptography? Cryptography is the act of storing sensitive information and transmitting it across an insecure environment so that it cannot be read, accessed by unauthorized persons except its intended recipients. Okay? Take for instance, you want to send information from user A to user B. Because we know that there's always man in the middle who want to intercept this message, who want to hijack this message. So because of that, we have to encrypt this data or message. So as we transmit it across both secure and insecure environment, as the case may be, we have to encrypt it so that only the intended recipient should have access to this information or data. Okay? As we progress, you see mechanism on how the user or the receiver can decrypt this information using private key or using public key, as the case may be. Now, note that strong cryptography must satisfy the following. 1. A strong cryptography must satisfy the following criteria. 1. The plain text must not be visible. 2. The number of possible key must be large, so large enough, and it should be computationally invisible. These are few criteria I will want us to look at when we are talking about cryptography, when you are designing your cryptography, when you are trying to hash your code or hash your information in a crypto by encrypting it. So it must satisfy this following. The plain text must not be visible, because if it is visible, that time it's no longer encrypted. So the number of the possible keys should be large enough computationally, and it should be invisible. Good. Now next, let's look at types of cryptography. Types of cryptography. What are those types of cryptography I want us to look at here? Now, we have something we call private key. Types of cryptographic key. We have what they call private key. What does private key do? What private key does, it is the process of encrypting and decryption, or encryption and decryption of information by using a single key known as secret key or symmetric key. They use a single key in private key cryptography. A single key is used. Okay? And this single key is what they use both for encryption and as well for decryption. Though using this key is faster and more efficient for large amount of data, the need to keep the key secret is also one of advantage. But note, it is not suitable for different locations. Okay? It's not suitable for different locations. Next, another type of cryptographical key is known as public key. Public key, this prevails over the challenges faced by symmetric key cryptography. Here in public key, two keys are used instead of a single key. One key is for encryption, while the other key is for what? Decryption. It is regarded as a key pair or asymmetric key. You see, that is what, in other way, you can call it what? Key pair or asymmetric key. There is no need for key exchange here, unlike what private key, where they use one key for encryption and decryption. Here, there is no need for key exchange. Thus, it eliminates the key distribution problem. Yeah, instead of distributing key from one to another, it eliminates that problem or challenges. Its primary advantage is to what? Increase security. That is why they implement a public key cryptography. Is to what? Increase security. Note, at this time, the private key is not revealed to anyone. You see, no one except the private key is not revealed, unlike what? That of other ones. We talked about the public key, private key. The private key is with the sender. You give the public key, you as a receiver, to use it to decrypt your information. You see how it works. So there are some diagrammatical view which I would have loved to show, but I will advise you can still read more on public key or general cryptography. If you have any other question, if you have any other challenge, if you have anything that you want us to look at in general, comment on the page, suggest for video, okay? Give us your feedback. Let's know what we need to improve on. Please don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. And also subscribe to my channel. Thank you for your time.